Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This week I want to talk about repeat business. Most of the time, the owners of the homes I cleared out were dead. But a few times a year, I was asked to straighten up a house so that the person who had gone into the hospital for a broken hip or pneumonia. In 2010, I went into a home in Rockville on Lake Newmark with my helper, and we straightened out the house before the owner came back from a rehab hospital. We sorted through the mail that had piled up. We threw away junk mail, and I was to look for a gun and a will for the attorney. We were to bag up trash and shred all financial papers we found in the mail. The lawyer was paying the bills online, so the homeowner's bills were paid on time. There was plenty of clothing, more than one person could wear in a month, so we were given permission to give away anything that was party wear or with zippers up the back. The woman who owned the townhouse wouldn't be able to handle that kind of clothes anymore. There were also about 50 pairs of socks, and the attorney said we could get rid of 3/4 of them. Believe it or not, just straightening up and doing this little bit of sorting took my helper and I 2 full days and 2 half days. A year later, the attorney called me again, and the owner was in a nursing home and would never go home to her townhouse on the lake again. I explained to the attorney that I had raised my hourly rate for myself and my helper $10 an hour since 2010 when we first worked in the house. He agreed that was reasonable. The closets of the house were still full of clothing, and the basement had a bar and a family room, plus a 5-foot-high storage area under the sunken living room, which faced the lake. I was the only one who could walk in the storage area without ducking or hitting my head on the rafters. Packed boxes and a long ladder were stored in that low-ceilinged storage place. The owner and her husband had owned a restaurant at one time, and it was known to have art covering the walls. When they sold the restaurant, the new owners changed the decor and allowed the founders of the restaurant to take home any of the art they wanted to keep. It was in the living room, it was hung on the stairway, it was in the 2 bedrooms, in the den, mostly one above the other. This time around, the job took 9 days. Most days were only 2 to 4 hours, but 3 days were 5 to 7 hours. Associated Auctioneers was happy to come and take away all the art in the 2 canopy beds, a European washstand, and an old coat rack stand, among other things. Since the home was on a lake, there was wrought iron furniture on the balcony and a canoe hidden under the balcony. This all went to auction. We had bet on what piece of art would sell for the most money. The owner must have known that the piece of art of 2 dogs over the fireplace was the most valuable, as it won the bet for the most expensive piece that sold at auction. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and take a look at all the art.